And they're really big, as you can see. So it's hard to fit in there. But they will last forever. Arguably, they may provide slightly better high-frequency filtering in the power supply. Really overkill for power supply in many ways, and that's just the way it goes. So I started to take the outer wrapping off a little bit. It just peels right off. You notice there's a little plus here. This is not a polarized capacitor. I have no idea what this plus is. I think it probably has something to do with marking where the external shielding, the outside layer of shielding attaches to. So I bent that side so once the top comes off, or once the covering comes off, you can see what's in here. I have no idea what's in here. I've never opened one of these up. Never studied or read about what might be in here, so this is new. I also don't know what tools I need. All I have is little pliers and everything. Okay, so there's the little outer cover. Sticking on the clipboard over. So there we go. So there's the printed packaging removed, and here we have whatever the heck this is. Looks like there's another layer of clear film on there. And what's next? Anything else? Looks like there's a few layers of clear film. Let's see if we can slice through this. So it looks like it's, there's something wrapped around some sort of clear plastic, and then it's sealed on both ends. It looks like the sealing is different, so this is sort of a thick gray stuff. This has a thinner gray layer, something else. Pushing the whole getting away. This actually works, by the way. I had it in the amplifier for a while, and even with this damage, it's still, it didn't blow up, let's say that. Didn't seem to introduce any really major problems to the amplifier. But I didn't want to have an amplifier with a potential problem in the future. So there's a bunch of layers of clear plastic on here. Maybe people know what the heck all these things are. They can comment or whatever. I have no idea what it is. Check out a little bit more. More clear plastic. We've gotten rid of the clear plastic and now we're into metal territory. Alright, so we're starting to peel off some of the metal layers. See what we get to underneath all of this foil. Layers of clear plastic and a bunch of layers of foil. Looks like a capacitor. Okay, so that's the boarding bay. If you do crack these open, and if you remember, this one had the plus on the outside of the packaging, and if we pop that open, that's what it looks like. Let's see a little wire comes in, there's this little plastic cap fits in there. There you go. So that's the plus side. It seems to be, I'm not sure what that is. And then, but it didn't have the plus that I marked as negative. There you go. And the wire comes in. In this case, it spins out and attaches somewhere out here. Somewhere around this area it's attached. It seems to be filled with a little, plastic centerpiece. Probably one around that. So this does seem to connect to the outer portion of the capacitor. So presumably if you're using this, you'd want to send this to your low impedance source. Typically going to be grounded power filter. That's what they look like. Hi, okay, so last time we prepared the structural models and got all the files together to do molecular dynamics, and now we're going to upload those files to the HPC and start the dynamics runs. There'll be a couple of times where we need to wait for those runs to finish, and then it'll package the results up for us, and we can download those results back to our computer. So here's what we had before. We created 5' triphosphate RNA models with the RG proteins, and they packaged up. And we created blunt double-stranded RNA models, which are a little bit simpler to do, and then package those things up. So here's what we're going to upload. Not this file and this file. We're going to upload that to the HPC. So I'm going to use FTP to do that. desktop. So here we are. I'm going to go into the blank file, and then there's these two gzip tar archives I'm going to upload to HPC. This just has the structural models and all the other files that we need to run in molecular dynamics. So I'll get that right. My password correctly. Okay, so here I am, and then I'm just going to put, and I'll just copy this, put ref1, and then I'll put ref2. There we go, so that's done, those are uploaded. I just quit that, and now I'm going to log into the HPC so I can start those runs. Okay, so now I'm on the HPC. One thing you want to be aware of is that the HPC changes over time, but right now, anyways, the fast file system is Scratch LFS. One thing that you're probably not going to want to do is run the molecular dynamics from your home directory, because that disk system isn't big enough or fast enough to deal with the molecular dynamics files. So we're going to use a bigger file system to run these things on. So what you're going to want to do is go to Scratch LFS and then your username. And everybody who's a user should have a directory on Scratch LFS. Now again, if the HPC changes, then the particular directory might be different. So now I'm on the Scratch file system. And I'm just going to do this in the temp directory. So I'm just going to clean out what's in there now. So now it's empty. And I'm going to move my files that I uploaded to this directory. So now they're here on this part of the file system. It's actually a different file system, but they're all connected. And then I'm going to tar xbdf 151 ref1. Now typically you would extract both ref1 and ref2. I'm just going to do tar xbdf 151 ref1. So there it's extracted everything that's in this archive. So it's taken this archive and it's extracted all the information into this directory. Now I don't need this archive anymore, so I can remove it. So now all the files that I need to run this molecular dynamics ref are in here. Now of course we would also want to unzip and unarchive ref2. And we can remove that. Now we have ref1 and ref2. So I'm going to go into 151 ref1. And so there's three things that you're going to have to do. First, prepare the GROMACS run, and then launch the GROMACS run, and then parse the results. And then there is a prep GROMACS.bash script and a parse GROMACS.bash script that will help you. So prep GROMACS, it's a bash script that you can submit to the scheduler, and should be set up to run pretty well for these RD simulations. So it's going to create a new job, and it's going to ask for 16 hours of wall time and 1,800 megabytes of memory. There's some modules that it has to load to use the GROMACS, and it basically just runs this prepared GROMACS Python script with your PDB file. So again, this should take a few hours, and it's asking for 16 hours, so hopefully it won't take more than 16 hours or it'll get killed, but it'll take a few hours, so you want to start it up, and then go to bed, get up in the morning, and start over. So to start this process up, I can just queue stuff at GROMACS, and it should submit it to the queue. I can queue stat my username, and I should see it sitting there. There's my prep run, and right now it's waiting. It's in the queue state, meaning that's waiting in the queue. It may take a little while for it to get into the run state, but if I keep checking at some point, it'll get into the run state and start running. So I can actually go into my ref2 directory and start the same process in this directory. So now it's going to prepare the second replicate, and however many files you have to prepare, you can do them all at once. And so now that one's running on the cluster as well. And so now I've got my two jobs. Now the first one has switched into the run state, running for 14 seconds. This one's still waiting. I can go back into my ref1 directory, and you can see that it's starting to generate files. So there's a bunch of files that have been generated, where it's now taking the structural model that you have and is preparing that structural model for doing the actual molecular dynamic simulations. So it's creating a box, filling it with water, setting the pH, and it's running some constrained dynamics runs to bring the system to the right temperature and the right pH and all of that stuff. And so as it's running, it's generating all of these different files that are part of the GROMACS system. All this stuff is to take the structural model that we have and get it in a format that GROMACS can use to run the actual molecular dynamics. And so, like I said, that's going to take a few hours, and we're going to let that run and then come back to it when it's done. And if I ever want to check, I can always see if this one's running. Now they're both running. So if I check my rep super active, you can see that it's starting to generate the same files. And so now I can quit, I can exit out of HPC, and those will run, and I can come back tomorrow and see how it's going. Again, if you're doing multiple proteins, or ideally you would do both the triphosphate and the blunt RNA, you have them all ready to go, you upload everything, you prepare everything, and you run the dynamics for all of them. So it depends on what you have available to use, ready to go. I'm just going to do the blunt double-stranded RNA stuff as an example. So now we wait until that finishes. Okay, so it's been a while, and hopefully our dynamics simulation run has been set up on the HPC. So now we're going to log back in and make sure that it's finished and has completed properly, and then we're going to launch the actual dynamics run.